National Archives in New York City. It's a customs house. Outside is the National Museum of Native American as well. There's Customs House at the corner end of Battery Park. Bowling Green subway station. Small park at the end of Manhattan. This is the permanent exhibits of the National Museum of Native American Art in Smithsonian Institute, the George Hay Collection in New York City. It's in the Alexander Hudson Customs House. Alexander Hamilton. It's arranged in sections. Starts with the people from the Arctic. An explanation. Fur coat. This is made from a single moose pelt. The spine of a pelt from the moose is put on the spine of a person. It's in a single piece of fabric to keep warm. These are Alaskan. Walrus ivory has been used for 2,000 years for carving. Also the caribou pelts are used widely. This is a model of a men's house used for bathing and dancing in festivals. These are snow glasses. The slits provide protection against the brightness of the white of the snow. Seaweeds. Chief Willie's seaweed headdress. The interactive displays are very useful for explaining about the mask, potlatch, the legacy, and their interactive videos as well. So these are very useful.
This is an elaborately carved chief's headdress, which would have been worn by a chief, in this case, its maker from seaweed, at important moments of ceremonial oratory, whether it be for a potlatch or a marriage or at a feast. He wanted a way to display
This is about 100 years old. This Inuit woman's parka. It's an abstract design. This is a mask of a sea god. So-called wealthy, and his house is made of copper. This is another mask, a ceremonial mask. The dance of a fish. Many items are used for ceremonies. Salish woven mat. See here the chief's knife and the knife sheaf. The model canoe. Salmon was clearly critical for the food of the tribe. The next section, we move to different groups of people. Smoky Mountains, Woodlands. People in the woodlands, this cold, different costumes, sawgrass. Moccasins, bags. Display explains in the woodlands many people were living there together. Peacemaking was important, and there are ceremonial pipes, ritual smoking, tobacco. This is a woven basket. Basket by Yana Basila, only 200 years old. For babies. This was pottery. You can see here a petrograph depicting mountain sheep. It's from about 600 to 1300 AD. These are people west of the Sierra Nevada, California, and the Great Basin. The people's here. There's water containers. Decoys, ducks. A vast regular place. Wait, baskets. These duck decoys are used 400 BC to 1000 AD. This is an ancient hunting tool. It's quite remarkable. You can see these ancient hunting technology still used today. Long babies, kept very tight so they don't cry and scream. I have no suggestions to use it again, I guess, but still many babies are using that in traditional cultures, even today. This we see is another mask, a formal outfit, map, introduction about the formal dress, The alliances of the people, the outfit, harmony of colour. So we see many different colours that are displayed here. Dakota shield, Anchinave outfit. On the other side here, we've seen the Woodlands people. Then we continue display of further Woodlands people. Much of the Americas had wood. Lots of beautiful beadwork as well. Land of many lakes. Archaic birdstones from New York, 3000 to 1000 BC. These stones were lashed to the end of wooden staves. Pipe effigies of the plains and plateau hill. Great Plains. A Cheyenne peyote fan. Stimulants and drugs were important parts of the culture as well. But the art is also beautiful design. Looking closely at the cradle, the embroidery. Our land. It was. Because intrinsically still is. Mirror boards. So pipe bags. This bag for carrying pipes. And the people. Kiwa ground. Very ceremonial trousers. These are Comanche leggings and moccasins. On top of a secure breech coat. The next section is coming to the southwest. Southwest. It's a variety of tribes. Located in the Pueblos, speaking Indians. Ohokam. Red Rock. So from the Mescalo Apaches. This is a Hopi manta, made of cottonwood. And Pueblos make different designs, these pots, in New Mexico. Taos moccasins. Dene first phase chief blanket. Very warm. Oldham basketry tray. Oldham. Willow crossing. Kayapo territory. It's a pubic cover. Rattles, different ornaments. These are from the Amazon. So the Native Americans collection. It's not only North America, it continues to the south as well. Visions of the geometric design. It's a female effigy jar. A water vessel. Smell. This side. The Caribbean. Some of the ornaments from the Caribbean. Taino ware. So another display of Taino in another special exhibit. Going to see later in the video. South America's had monkeys. Monkey jars. These are Mayan. Tripod jars. These are Central Americans. Next on that. It's from 1325. It's around 1500, some of these statues. This is Mesoamerica. So Hayes had a beautiful collection. It was a private museum until it was donated to the Smithsonian Institutes. Place of our mother. It's like a children's toy. This is from the prairie tribes. In different styles. Next is a section on the Andes. Mother Father Mountain, Pachamama, and Apu. Apu is still used in some languages, such as Indian, from Asia as well. Many similarities. Inca strings. Pachamama, Mother Earth and the light of the sun.
The problem is when you're driving across states, the method keeps the GPS broken. You have to reroute.
This is Peruvian.
I'm certain.
Now we have Chile. Patagonia. Patagonia. We have here Mapuche in Chile. Three spikes at the end of a spear. Good for catching fish. Gives us more chance to keep them still. Many collections throughout North, Central and South America. Headdresses.
Is it depicting movement?
Many different.
Check. I'm gonna.
Many different different headdresses are used.
Okay.
To adorn the head is common in many religions. This is a special exhibit on Taino, Indigenous culture in the Caribbean. Objects presented. Before colonization. Spanish conquest and colonization. The natives resist colonization. What are the exchanges between natives and African slaves? Mestizaji, the mixing. Ancestor worship is common to Asia, also in the Caribbean as well. Knowledge has changed after 1492. These are some of the words. It's in the historical record. Some of the botanical flowers. Thank you. So many crops. How do you express an identity? It's critical for everybody. This is an essence of bioethics, self-determination. That's why they're so intrinsically linked together. Identity in politics, Indigenous leaders. Puerto Rican stone, 1200 to 1500. Indio in the Dominican Republic. This is started to be used for all Africans. Those of African descent. The petrograph. In Puerto Rico. Using native knowledge in the present can be used. Indigenous knowledge systems are critical for our survival. Indigenous spirituality, land use and language, Indigenous healing, revival of craft making are all examples. Various new acquisitions. This museum has a modern and contemporary art collection. The central area, the rotunda of the Custom House in New York City, is the center of the Native American Museum. Special exhibits such as Patriarch Nations, Native Americans and Wars, displays of information of different groups of people, combined with special exhibits. T.C. Cannon, The Edge of America. This is an example of artwork. Aged 31 years old when he died. It's a wonderful collection. The pictures speak 1,000 words. You can see many illustrations of Native American life, its loss of culture, its mandalization and new culture.
Who is this right here?
It says on
Indeed it is. Looks a little bit like Elton John.
I think it was pre-Elton.
Yeah, but he's dressed like him.
That's the John one.
Yeah.
He also expressed he earned a genocide award for killing the most people in the shortest amount of time. He was clearly a social commentator as well. It's a very interesting exhibit by P.H. Cannon. Here stands the sun. The end of the customs house is a wonderful meeting room, but there are also many works of art. Here works of jewellery, carving. So Native American art is very contemporary, continues to be used, sold, sung. This actually was, customs house was actually used for the cash,
Out of here, hun.
the cashier
Beautiful baskets.
of the customs house. And you can see here the windows from the cashier which were used for collecting customs is now used as a museum shop. Ancestral connections. Underneath a pavilion is a display. Modern art. Nice wooden floor. Pit. Rose Simpson. Jim Shoppett. Michael Massey. Philons Fernandez. In the National Mall, the dominant feature, besides Congress, is the Washington Monument. On the hill, above the hill is Lincoln Memorial to west, to the east Congress, but this is in a slight depression with a lake. People are exercising. So as said, to the west, Lincoln Memorial. Saw pictures before. This is the National Mall, Washington Monument, Congress Fountain, and here we have the World War II Memorial at the end of the mall. Let's get something to eat. Yeah.
Over to that statue that's gone over there.
Oh, yeah. This is the National Museum of the American Indian. Ecuador. Living Earth. Community. Ceremony. Economics. Expression. Leadership. Native identities. Challenges and solutions. Mississippian vessel in the form of underwater panther. Expression. It's a very pleasant and cool place inside. Nice design. It's on the third floor. Americans.
She doesn't make that crazy.
Disaster, highways, and waterfalls, it's crowded, weather's on it. A meal that takes days, sometimes weeks of preparation. But the fact is,
So many images. Motion pictures on the back. Some more images of America based on American names.
But even though in the town, its laws are basically 200 years. And it doesn't even merge until the 1840s.
It's gallery.
It's actually
Since when? It's a Bahasa. Leadership on the modern plains. How good are virtues? Ladies' headdress.
这个是挖人用。
Democracy, shock to the nation, Costa and troops. Stereotypes. The Indian Removal Act. Removal, a new vision for the country. New kind of army. visions of the country. Trail of Tears. So that's not what we think. 1830 democracy was at a crossroads. Different figures.
Using words that were hurtful and stereotypical. And so when I listen to somebody from another culture say, that's disrespectful to me or that makes me uncomfortable, even though I didn't understand times about what was said around me. So I understood that from their perspective, it was something I needed to listen to and be aware of.
When I think about Indians, I'm torn with how you want to do the one thing for the other thing, and how to get carried away trying to do the right thing. I'm really into sports.
So this is a gallery of images of American Indians.
Ready to make pizza. You're so bright, girl.
She saved
See
America.
what y'all be having fun.
What's it gonna say?
Jamestown and Colonial America, Colonial Virginia. And the Indians and early settlers.
John Smith?
Pachotis.
Native Americans, early American history. I would think Disney and the movie and going to Disneyland with my friends. Oh, well, I would try to keep it from, but of course we can. That's new.
Our universes. Traditional knowledge shapes the world. Enlightenment people. Pueblo of Santa Clara.
That's knew then I had to make decisions affected my life. So that's native first to talk about this. Then decisions that affected me, decisions you make affect other people.
אפשר לראות שכנראה בכל מקום יכתבו איזה שבט, זה לדוגמה נקרא טיסקימו, טיסקומו. ואיפה הם נמצאים?
Traditions becomes your responsibility to start teaching all the things you've learned from your parents to your children. Stories and things are all handed down.
I feel I became an elder when the younger people started asking me for advice, and they came to me to speak for them.
Next door is Noah, Ashnab. Gifts of 7 grandfathers, 7 teachings: honesty, love, courage, truth, wisdom, humility, and respect.
Berries, plants. Finally, the man did it. He saw strange mountains and trees. The caribou taught him how to use their skins to stay warm. There, he met a bear who taught him how to fish. The journey to all the directions took his whole life. But now,
y como antes quisiste darle
the man,
y dijiste,
struggled to get him to help him. He finally returned to the camp where he began his journey so long ago. He lay down to rest. While he was resting, the 7 spiritual leaders, known as the 7 grandfathers, visited him and guided his spirit up to their home. Spiritual leaders completed his teachings. When they were done, they said, "Now go help and heal your people." The Anishinaabe people were surprised when the old man's spirit re-entered his body. They thought he was dead. By sharing his teachings with his people, he finally helped the Anishinaabe return to a happy and healthy way of life.
History of a powwow.
This is a whole true story about 3 grand sons.
Warriors and veterans. Good.
There were once 10 brothers who lived together in a farmhouse. The oldest and most powerful was Colonel, who had 4 wives. One is the youngest was named She had a face on each of his ears.
From the 7 teachings. Lakota teaching.
And relation to human value.
Tradition, the buffalo.
Generosity. And thunderbird. Infancy. Stage of life. Red, sharp, colorful. Summer, stage of life is beautiful.
Each have a different stage and animal.
Fortitude, human value associated.
He said the whole village of water spirits don't visit.
Good job.
Each where she gets struck with
Duality.
De los indios de Perú.
The games begin. 4 games.
The younger sister and always tried to this is the shining story
Yes, can we dance?
Our center of the earth.
Y una mañana, un carca. ¿Y de qué piel? Tiene una piel entera.
Kurokiwai Maya.
The younger sister was secluded from most of the knowledge before she acted and never tried to outdo this.
Mapuche never. In Chile.
When someone gets sick,
So tribes from all around the Americas. You pick.
grandmother really began to keep an eye on how much is being taught, how much is being
מנותקת במובן שהיא לא צמודה, היא לא צמודה.
His house. Classic